Hey beloved, welcome back to the channels. I'm so glad you found me. My name is Sally if you're new here, and let's get right into it, shall we? So this is a true story. There's a female. Let's call her I'm looking for something. Let's call her Joy. Let's call her Joy. Okay. So Joy wants to get into a relationship, right? And she's, so to speak, putting herself out there. She's meeting people, she's interacting with people, she's going on dates, etc. So she meets this guy. Let's call him James. That's the name that just popped into my head. So she meets James, right? And everything is going dandy. So talking stage is good. They're getting to know each other. They start getting into a relationship. They go into the relationship. They start dating, like actively dating, right? And so they're dating, and everything is also, rules of dating and the things you do, honeymoon stage, etc. Everything is good, right? Suddenly, James withdraws. And he's not calling as much, he's not texting as much, he's not doing the things he used to do when he was dating, like when he was pursuing her, right? And then he goes dead as silent, and Joy is wondering, okay, what are we doing here, you know? And all of a sudden, he's not into her anymore, and he doesn't let her know this. He's just quiet. Please refer to the eye up here about 7 things Chris Herman should stop doing. Yeah. Anyway, he goes dead as silent, and so Joy is wondering, okay, it seems like this is over. So she sort of kind of moves on. I say that because it's going to be relevant down the line in the story, okay? So she meets John, and John is just as exciting, if not more exciting than James. And they start to talk, and they get into a relationship. And again, when he's pursuing her, he's doing everything. He's calling, he's communicating, he's taking her out on dates. He's all, it is just fabulous. And then they start officially dating. And then again, a few weeks down the line, he's again withdrawn, silent. He's not as active anymore. He doesn't pursue her anymore. You get? But this time, John says, you know what? I'm not into it anymore, and I don't think this is gonna work. So he leaves. Meanwhile, I'm trying to think of another name we give this guy. Wow. Jude. Let's just use the name in the Bible. Great. Jude comes along, and Jude has been a friend of Joy since forever, right? And so Jude knows about this, knows about James, knows about John, right? And Jude has always had a thing for Joy, but something, I don't know, for some reason he just never pursued until now. He's like, you know what? This guys start dating me. Let's do this. We've been friends. We know each other. It's gonna work, right? But here are my red flags. Like Jude actually tells Joy, these are my red flags. These are the things that are red flags for me, right? Not for me, as in like I don't do or do, right? But Joy is excited. She's, we're doing this, let's do this. So they get into a relationship, and everything is good for a while until the red flags that he actually mentioned start flapping away. They're just flapping away at her, and she's ignoring. Why? We don't know yet, but here we are. She's ignoring. And then again, Jude goes dead silent. He's withdrawn. He doesn't pursue her anymore. All these things, right? Again, Mark comes into the picture, right? Same cycle. Pursuing, active, doing all these nice things. Then they actually start a relationship, withdrawn, silent, red flags. Wow. In your opinion, comment down below and tell me who in this story, scenario, let's call it that, who in this story is dumb. I use that word very loosely. Why? And tell me why. Who do you think is dumb? And tell me why. Comment down below. You see, yes?
I could have hi.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Mom things. Welcome to my life. Anyway, what was I saying? Right. And I'm back. What was I saying? I was saying this. You see, a lot of times, men and women do this. Mostly women, because I'm a female and I've done this before, and I have friends who've done this before, and I know a lot of females do this. You see, when you get to the stage of a relationship, right, you have all this checklist of how you desire this man to be, and the list becomes smaller and smaller the older you get, right, to the point of sometimes our actions make us look a little bit desperate. And I say this in the nicest way. Hear me out, eh? Hold the stones before you throw them. It just makes us look a little desperate. And unfortunately, men can't sniff this out. Because, dudes, correct me if I'm wrong. These days, if you watch my last video, there's this new phenomenon, like people don't want to get married, right? Or be in meaningful relationships because of one thing or another, one drama or another, or one perception or another, or one assumption or another. And dudes want the easy way out. There's no dude, people are not pursuing anymore. And if they're pursuing it because they have an end goal. You see, the thing with, what are their names? James, John, Jude, and Mark, is they all wanted something from Joy. Because Joy seemed desperate. She seemed that she needed to be in this relationship for some sort of self-gratification or anything. Or something. And then they felt like, that's an easy target. All I need to do is just tell us with nothings and I can get what I want. And unfortunately, she gave herself into these things that all these men wanted. And then now she's left broken and heartbroken and broken and have all these other things that are coming into place, and she's trying to wonder, who's the problem? Well, sweetie, you're just dumb. Because do you know what you want? You say you do, but do you actually do know what you want? And then Joy will go to church or wherever and pray to God and say, hey, Father, the Lord, remember me, you are servant. It is I again. And she's saying all these nice things on social media about how people are getting into relationships and the proposals and the engagements and the weddings and the honeymoon phases of, ain't nobody posting out their shit out on social media. You always see the nice things. There's very few people who talk about the traumas that they're going through. Very few. And they don't even really boast, this is my drama. No, they talk about it and they express themselves, and hopefully people learn from them. But all you see is the nice things, and that's what Joy desperately wants. But you see, she's lost herself in the fantasy of those things. She keeps falling into the same cycle of dudes who are, you attract. She keeps attracting. That's what I want to say. She keeps attracting the same kind of person because she has not changed her patterns. You know what I mean? Because she's stuck in this is what a man is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the pursuer. He's supposed to do these things. But, baby girl, you are a strong, independent queen. And I want to remove the word independent there. Because when I say that, automatically a lot of people have clicked out because now the feminist is coming out. And that's not what I'm trying to do. Nah. Babe, listen to me. You can't. God has not forgotten you. You're just dumb. God can't bless the same patterns that you're expecting him to bless, and you expect a different result. You need to look within and find out, why is it that these guys why is it that it's the same pattern with me? What am I doing that is the same thing that is causing me to be in this space again? You know, once, it's the first time. The second time, the third time, start questioning. I'm like, fourth, fifth, sixth. And men just keep coming and leaving. And the problem isn't you. Really, girl? And men also do this. Because you're also part of the problem. Why would you get into a relationship with someone you know you are not going to marry, or you know you're not going to pursue a long-term relationship with? Why do you get into such relationships? Why do you form such bonds with people? Why do you keep taking Lucy, Jane, Mary, pieces of people, and then expect to be whole? What are you trying to feel? What hole are you within yourself are you trying to fill? I wanted to talk about this because it's a never-ending cycle that I've seen people around me getting themselves into, and then they start questioning, and then their belief starts dwindling because they think God is trying to punish them, or God is not listening. He is, but he can't bless your dumbness. I encourage you to look within yourself and try to figure out, you as a child of God, what is it that is stopping you from receiving your blessing? Because a lot of time we like pointing the finger. It is that other person, forgetting there are 3 other fingers pointing back at us, which only means that three more things that we need to look within ourselves. Am I saying that right? We need to look within ourselves 3 more times instead of pointing the finger and blaming others for mistakes we know or don't know that we're actively doing, right? So before you walk into your next relationship and start and present this man or woman to God and ask him to bless it, perhaps present yourself to God and ask him, what is it that I am doing that is stopping me from receiving this blessing that you want to give me? What can I change? What behaviors, what patterns, what cycles do I need to break or change so that I can actually get the man or the woman that God has created and is worthy of my time, of my being, of my greatness? Comment down below and tell me what you think that is. Comment down below anyway, and just give a shout out to anybody who feel like needs some encouragement on the same. Now, while you're down there, I encourage you to subscribe. I'm still on the road to 1K. It really helps my channel out, and follow me on my socials. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay blessed.